everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Three Rivers Financial Wellness Podcast. It's Ashley and Austin here today.
How's it going?
We're glad to have you listening or watching. Today we're talking about why comfort is expensive. So, Austin, tell me about some of the things that make you comfortable in life.
Ooh, that's a good question. For me, comfort comes from people. So I just love spending time with people. So if I'm like bored and I'm like, don't want to sit at home alone, I'm like, what are people up to? And so I'll go hang with my family, my friends, just anyone. So I find a lot of comfort in that. But where this ties in financially is most of the time when I'm finding comfort in spending time with people, that costs money because we want to go do things together. So you typically go out or you go get food or whatever, and that can get expensive, but that's my comfort.
My husband's love language is quality time, and I've found that quality time is very expensive.
Yeah, you'd think you could just like sit on the couch and just like watch TV. Like, this is free, which is quality time. And don't get me wrong, I'm totally down for that too. Yeah. But sometimes you want to go out or you want to go do things or create an experience. And yeah. So what about you? What things bring you comfort?
Well, I was thinking about everyday comforts. My husband and I do like a weekly date night, so going out to dinner or a movie or whatever it is. So that's one of those things. But more generally, just like at our house, we love video games, we have a pool, like all those things that it's how we spend our time. And then we're like booking a couple vacations for this year. So those are like really big. They're not crazy extravagant, but vacation is a comfort.
And you know me, that's one of mine too. That's
when I travel, yes.
Typically it's with people, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
One of the other things that or at least I've experienced a lot helping members, is one of the comforts is subscriptions to all the things, Netflix, all the TV stuff, but then DoorDash and all of that stuff. It's like little stuff that adds up every day. I was at a branch and we did some financial wellness, and they were talking about how they love energy drinks and what was the other thing? I think it was DoorDash. So like at the branch, they'll all order food and like DoorDash it all together. So it's interesting that those comfort things we kind of don't think twice about. One of the, I don't know, maybe best practices, this I actually implemented this year. Usually I don't. In January, I did a review of how much money I'm spending going out to eat because I'm not packing lunch.
Yeah.
And it's such a simple thing, but it's like hundreds of dollars a month for me because I'm gone a lot. And so that was one thing I'm like, where is all of our money going? I know my husband's not spending it because he's the saver. So that was one of the, I know, that was one of my comforts that's one of my comforts that I'm working on all the time of, okay, pack your lunch, because it's silly to, you can't. Like Chick-fil-A is like $13 now.
Crazy,
so.
Yeah. But so is the grocery store. So not to justify the eating out.
Look at you. But
I've gone back and forth. I've decided if you go to Wendy's and get a 4 for $4, it can be cheaper than the grocery store. My problem is I don't go to Wendy's wanting the 4 for $4. I go to Wendy's wanting the full meal. Food's another a tough one for me, especially lately. I think it's especially like the time. It's just like, somebody could just make me food and it'd be ready in like 45 seconds. Or I could like make it like I packed for so long and I brought a turkey sandwich to work every day for probably 2 years, and then I got to the 2-year point and it was one day, it was in December, and I took a bite of my turkey sandwich and my whole body like tensed up and was like, you can't eat this anymore. So
your body's over.
It's like I'm done with turkey sandwiches. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try like something different. And I tried a different deli meat. I think my body's like done on deli meat. So I've been eating out more often, and it has a financial impact. It starts to add up, just, $10 at a time, $8, $7, $8. You keep doing that, and it really adds up significantly.
I was with my older brother this weekend, and there was a big softball tournament for both of my nieces, and you go to all that stuff. It's like, oh, well, the concession stand, I'll buy a popcorn, and then you got to have lunch, and then you've been at a tournament all day long, so you're like, it's 7 o'clock, let's go grab dinner. And after we got home, my husband was like, that was a really expensive weekend for something that it wasn't for us. So it's been very interesting, like, how do we, like, plan for that sort of, because we want to do it in support of my nieces, but it's like every weekend.
It racks up.
Yeah.
It racks up. So I guess kind of on the thing of comfort, like what do we do about it? You know, we're both kind of in this dilemma. Everybody's in this dilemma because we all love things that make us comfortable. Like, do you cut the comfort? Do you go all in? Like, do you just say screw it? Like, what do you do, Ash?
I mean, do you cut the comfort? The short answer is yes.
Okay.
I think the long answer
Like, you do a million pieces or
by how much?
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of financial wellness plans, when we help people, it's like, okay, what's actually realistic? So if you think energy drinks, if you drink an energy drink every day, next week, let's start fresh. Like, instead of doing 5 next week, how many could you realistically do? Most people pick like 2 or 3. So that's cutting out, it depends on where you buy them at, but cutting out $10, $15 a week. The key though is, what do you do with that $10 or $15 a week that you're not spending on the energy drinks? It's not enough to cut the habit. It's okay.
Just gonna find a way.
Right. Like, how do you instill the new habits? So I'm really big on pay yourself first. This was another thing I implemented in 26 is we opened a new savings account specifically for Christmas.
Okay.
So we just do $50 a paycheck. It automatically goes into the savings account. So at the holiday season, then we'll just have Christmas money to spend instead of every November me going, crap, where is this going to come from? Because I like to give. So that's one little thing. But like in the energy drinking example, it's like, okay, well, is that $10 a week that you could put into a savings or into a 529 plan for your kids or a vacation fund, whatever that is important to you. So that's my first step if you haven't done that yet. What about you? Do you have other thoughts or same?
I 100% agree with everything that you said, especially like you do have to cut the comfort a little bit and kind of find and then pay yourself first. Now, I also think outside of the financial wellness thing is you can't just cut the comfort. You have to find a economical replacement for the comfort. So, a lot of times, like, for example, maybe for me, like I like to hang out with people. Well, hanging out with people does not always have to be a money-costing experience. It is still a healthy thing for me to hang out with people. That's how we were designed and how we were built. But maybe it looks like, hey, do you guys want to go for a walk during summer? Okay, why don't we go camping? Or why don't we do things with the stuff we already have? And it's a lot more, I'm still getting, ultimately what was comfortable was not spending the money. What was comfortable is what it was allowing me to do. Maybe if it's like a relationship, you talk about you're going on a weekly date, like, it's dinner probably more often than not, but maybe it could be some other experience that's not, as expensive. So I think a lot of times people see it as like with the Monster energy drinks. Well, you're probably not actually getting comfort specifically from the Monster. It's probably the sheer amount of caffeine that it provides to you that you need to function on a daily basis. I totally get it. But maybe you can find some other way to get that caffeine. Maybe it's something that's more affordable. And then you still treat yourself with the Monster on occasion.
We have a teammate, I won't say her name because I don't know if she'd want me to share it, but she's a big energy drink person, and her and her husband had a chat about this, and it was like, okay, we're cutting that out of the budget. What ended up happening is she bought them in bulk, then had it she has it at the office.
Okay.
So that her husband doesn't see how many she's still drinking, but it's within the budget they agreed on.
Bulk.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. I've talked to her about that, and she's like, well, I'm staying in the budget, so it's a good thing.
And bulk can help. I mean, bulk really can help. If you're buying one at the gas station every day, you're going to spend way more than if you buy a 30-pack of them from a retailer.
I thought it was a good creative way to stick to the budget. It was very interesting conversation. So
in our branch, we've gotten hooked on gas station runs, which is a dangerous one.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a walk from our branch, like literally right around the corner. And we'll be like, oh, who wants a drink? Who wants? And everybody's like, oh yeah, get me something. So but at the gas station, everything's more expensive. Whereas you're right, if I just went and bought like a case of Diet Dr. Peppers, like that'd be cool. Save a lot of money, but instead we're going and spending $2.
Good thing I'm coming to your branch for
this
some
podcast was for me, except this was for super excited for you to come out and hopefully get us back on the right path.
So what about other comforts that end up to be expensive? Do you think it has to be big dollar amounts, or does it little stuff that adds up?
I think a lot of times it's little stuff that adds up, but it can be big stuff too. I felt the impulse before. I'm like, gosh, life is stressful. I could really kill for a trip right now. Like I could really go for a trip and I'll book something and plan it. And so sometimes it can be really expensive, but more often than not, at least in my experiences, it's several small things that you just continue to say, whatever. You can live in that for a moment, but once you start living that over time, the math adds up. Yeah. Money is very much emotional, but it is still math.
I know one of the things that people in general talk about a lot is the shows. Yeah, because your kids have to have shows and you have shows. And I'm old enough that like cable television was like cool and a thing that people would buy. And it was like $200 a month or $300 a month for these big packages. And the whole deal with subscriptions was, oh, you only pay for the shows that you want. Well, now basically most people in the US are buying all the subscriptions and it's like $200 or $300 a month. So it's been very interesting to see the changes in thought process just about watching TV. And so that's one of the quote unquote easy things to cut out of a budget. And I think that's one that it's a comfort that, you know, it's
shows. It's chill.
Yeah,
It's
you
relaxed.
curl up
You get home,
watch TV.
you're done with your day. Like, you just want to put on something mindless and get out of your mind for a second and just be in a different story. But something I heard with the subscriptions that I have done is most of the time you're only able to watch one or two shows like truly invested at a time. So somebody told me, like, just get one subscription service, watch whatever show it is that you're really into, then cancel that subscription service. And then if you've got a show that's on Hulu that you want to watch, because they allow you to start and stop whenever.
That's a great
So
idea.
rather than you spending, because think about it, you might have 15 subscription services, but you maybe that month only use 2 of them because those are the shows that you're locked in on. So rather than paying all those, something that's worked for me because I live alone. And so for me, I don't want to pay for 15 subscription services. I'm like, I'll just pay for one. I've got a couple that I maybe have some stolen logins to. Not stolen, but given logins.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But the key is that I'm able to watch whatever I want without spending for 15 different subscription services.
My husband and I actually do that with Amazon. It has helped us with our budget so much. So if we do want to use Amazon, we try to wait and we do like 1 month in the summer where we pay for it and then place orders like that month and then we turn it off. Because I, as the spender, I'll just shop. I'll have the packages on the porch all the time if I'm paying.
Yeah,
for
and it's so
Amazon,
easy. It's like, it'll be there tomorrow. I'm like, cool, just give it, order it. But when you have to force that delay,
Yeah,
you know.
I didn't really need a lot of that stuff.
I thought I needed it 4 weeks ago, but it turns out,
Yeah. So it sounds like a challenge kind of came out of this discussion. So our challenge would be to take a look at your budget and what you're actually spending on subscriptions, or if you're not a subscription person, what is that thing that you are spending money on, whether it's a Monster or whatever. So take a look, actually figure out what is that number that you're spending every month on that thing, and how much could you cut it, and then what will you put that money towards. So do a real budget review on the thing that you know is like your guilty pleasure
and take action
spending.
on it. Take action on it.
Thanks so much for listening and watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Three Rivers Financial Wellness Podcast. While we're excited that you join us on this journey of financial wellness, we do need to give you a short disclaimer. This podcast is for informational purposes only and isn't intended as financial, tax, or investment advice. Be sure to consult your own experts before making financial decisions. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA and is an equal housing lender.